Hey, what's good, everybody? We here with the hottest thing in hip hop, hot or not. Hey, we shaking up the land in the shot with these new artists. It's going down. Y'all know we got to get a perspective on each artist so y'all can see where they coming from, what's they take on the game. And right now, we got Tuttie right here in person. When y'all see her hot or not drop, y'all about to go crazy. But Tuttie, just want to ask you a couple of questions. Just get into your head, see where you're at. First question is going to be, what's your hip hop style of music? Like, what's your flavor?
Um, I would say that it's a mix between maybe a little bit of old school and new school. I wouldn't say it's anything specific because I think I'm the type of person where if you give me a beat, like whether it's old school or new school, like I can rap on it. I like to be diverse. I don't like to limit myself to one thing.
Nah, that's good. Diversity is always, something that's gonna hit different people and touch different people in different ways. And speaking of that, you talked a little bit about, your type of style, but speak on your motivation. What got you into this game in the first place? What's your motivation to get into rap? Why'd you do it?
Well, I started when I was 9. It was really just like a joke. I would like look up beats on my iPad and then I just like rhyme words and stuff like that. But I think as I got older, I started to like it more and I think seeing other people do it and seeing how people will react to me doing it because I'm usually a quiet person. So when they saw me do it and it was like, oh, like you got something, it made me want to do it more.
Okay, you say when you were 9, huh? And how many years ago was that? How old are you now?
17.
You're 17. See, that's what I'm talking about. So that's what originally motivated. What keeps you motivated? Why do you keep trying to make this thing happen? What's
Um,
your reasoning?
Definitely my family. I think seeing rappers now stuff, just the lifestyle they live and stuff like that. Like I've always had a good life growing up, everything like that. So I think it's like if I can use something that I'm good at to give back to my people, like my family, then why not do that?
Man, that's family's always proper motivation, I say. Um, and looking at it from the industry standpoint, leading off motivation. Tell me about a rapper that you most admire, somebody in the hip hop industry, respect and admire.
Um, I mean, obviously, I think this is a a repeated answer when it comes to like human rappers and stuff. But Nicki Minaj, she's definitely somebody who changed the game. And as far as like male rappers, I would say I listen to Lil Baby the most. Honestly, I think he's somebody like his flow and stuff is something that I like the most.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, Now, obviously, all them rappers, just like you, had to start somewhere. They had a vision, they had a dream. Um, take us into the future, whether it's the immediate future, long term future. When you make your first bag, your first $1 million, who you feeding?
My family. I want to. I don't know. Like I always had this like thing where I'd be like, when I get my first like big check, I just want to like go to a mall and then get my family like get whatever you want. Like I always wanted to do that, so that's definitely the first thing. My family.
Okay, okay. Hey, you ever heard that saying, more money, more problems? That's a classic, right?
Yeah,
Um, with money comes certain responsibilities. Sometimes people act funny. Certain people turn fake. It tends to test people's loyalties because money can do that to people.
yeah.
Uh, can you define loyalty and what that means to you?
Um, I think loyalty is when even when you at your lowest, like it's the people that's always been there for you. They don't come around when you actually start going places. So that's why, like, for previous questions, I always keep saying my family because they've been there since day one. Anything I wanted to do, anything that I like, they've always supported me. They've always had my back. So I feel like it's my turn to do that for them. Loyalty is having somebody's back constantly through their ups and their downs, not just when it's beneficial for you.
And that's a good definition. Um, because if people only loyal to you for what you're doing for them, then I don't even think that fits the definition.
Exactly.
Um, and speaking of loyalty, you've seen people in the hip hop game fall out. You've seen people coming at each other, rap beefs, actually physical beefs take place in the streets because of rap beef. but it has its benefits too to some degree. So, do you believe rap beef is good or bad for the industry?
Um, I mean, I think it's bad in the sense of like obviously I think as an industry you're supposed to be like coming together and like building something instead of like taking it apart and having like unnecessary fights with people and stuff like that. But I think it can be beneficial because sometimes like people, I mean, I think social media feeds off of beef and stuff like that and they like stuff like that, so it can be beneficial in that sense because people make a diss track, anything like that, it'll go viral because they just like drama. So yeah.
No, I hear you. That's actually a good answer. You answered it on both sides of that question. Where and speaking of the industry, so where do you plan on taking your rap career? How do you see this thing going for you? What's your vision?
Um, I think right now I just want to get signed to somebody big, and then I just want to see where it goes from there.
Okay, solid answer. Switching it up just a slight bit. What's the best piece of advice, game, guidance that you've been given, and maybe even some advice you can give somebody else? What has somebody blessed you with that you said to yourself, something I can use that?
Mm, I think definitely if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody else will. Because like I said, I've always been like a quiet person, stuff like that. So sometimes like I do doubt myself, and I'll be like, okay, am I good enough for this? Is this gonna work out how I want it to? But if you don't if you don't have a certain mindset about yourself, then why would other people believe in you anyway? If you can't do it for yourself, then nobody else will. So yeah, I think that's advice I would give to anybody that's like upcoming and trying to get into something like this.
Oh, that's super solid, no doubt. Um, Now, you obviously a young woman, you a female in the rap game, the women shaking the game up without question. How do you feel about women in the hip hop industry, what they doing, where they taking it to, the whole energy they bring into to the game in general?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely like a good energy and stuff like that because it hasn't been a lot of female rappers since obviously, I mean, Nicki Minaj, there haven't been a lot of female rappers, but I definitely do think they are taking over. Um, but yeah, I mean,
Speak
yeah.
your mind. Go
I
on,
mean,
go on,
I mean,
keep it a buck. Let's
I'm
let's
not. I
let's
mean,
talk
I just,
about it.
yeah. I mean, I think it's good, but I think when I get to that point, I don't know if like I would be about the same level as them and stuff like that when it comes to the things they rap about because it's just not me personally, but I think what they're doing for the industry like is good. Like they are getting more female recognition.
In
So yeah,
general. But
but it's
you
just not nothing I would rap about. But it doesn't mean that it's bad for them to rap about it. That's just
okay,
personal.
you're gonna keep it true to you and let them do what they do.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Uh, Before we close this thing out, we certainly appreciate because I didn't heard some of what you got to offer. The people ain't heard it yet, but yeah, it's definitely gonna cause some noise. That being said, can you do us a favor, acapella style, no beat, no background? Just drop a little taste for them so they can know really what's about to take place.
Like,
Anything you got in your repertoire?
look, won't ever see me at my worst, but they gon' see me at my best. Put my heart into this game, you see it beating on my chest. And I know they talking crazy cause they talk about their chest, but now I'm tired of all the gimmicks, time to put this all to rest. I'm the Grim Reaper, no 6 feet, these words will hit your soul deeper. See through it like glass, all the cap, and I'm the soul keeper. Ain't no crossing lines, know how to act. I'm the road keeper, smooth speaker, walking competition like a soul sneaker. Don't prove myself so many times, it don't make sense to me. Never needed friends, so don't go into your 2 cents to me. Everybody thought that I was joking what this meant to me, but they should call me Jay-Z cause I really think I'm meant to be.
Come on, if I had that, and you got to put that drop in the back, they go, pew, pew, pew. No, good stuff. We appreciate you. That's
Thank
a
you.
wrap, baby.